Arable farms grow the crops that are turned into everyday foods for us to eat. In Dorset, there are lots of farms perfect for these crops, like wheat for bread, barley for beer, and oilseed rape for oil. First, we have to prepare the soil for sowing with a cultivator or plough. Then along comes the farmer with his seed drill, which places the seed in the ground so it can absorb water from the soil to make it germinate. And it must be sown deep enough to hide it from hungry birds. After a few days, small shoots appear above the soil, and the sun's energy helps them to grow. Plants continue growing through autumn and pause over winter, until we get some warmer weather in late February and March. This is when we start to feed crops with fertilizer and keep them healthy with sprays. Organic farmers can't use these, so their crops don't produce as much at harvest. April and May sees an amazing amount of growth, thanks to sunshine and rainfall. Growth slows down in June, and crops ripen in July, ready to harvest in August. Here we see enormous combine harvesters, which spend most of their lives tucked away in barns. During a busy 6 weeks every summer, they harvest all our crops. The combine separates the straw from the seed. The seeds are what we need to produce our food, and the straw can be baled for animal food and bedding, or chopped to be mixed with the soil, helping to grow the next crop. Tractors and trailers carry the grain from the combine to the grain store, where it can be dried, cleaned, weighed, and safely stored until lorries come to take it away. If it's wheat, it may be ground into flour, and then makes its way to a supermarket or bakery to be baked into bread and cakes. If it's barley, it may be taken to a maltings. Once turned into malt, it travels to breweries for brewing beer. Malting barley creates sugar, which feeds the yeast in the brew and produces alcohol. This makes beer once hops are added. 1 ton of barley produces enough malt to brew 10,000 pints of beer. This farm grows enough barley to brew 10 million pints of beer every year. Oilseed rape is taken to a factory where the oil is squeezed out under very high pressure and bottled to be sold in shops for cooking. Rape oil can also be made into spreads for bread and can even be turned into fuel for lorries, cars and tractors. Farms across Dorset grow many other crops like peas, beans, linseed, maize and more, along with vegetables, fruit, environmental crops and grass for livestock like sheep and cows.